On to the next one.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, this episode of Rodeo Time with Dale Brisby. We've got with us the greatest bull rider ever to walk the earth, and that is myself. We've also got JB Mauney, JB Mauney, Randy Kateri, and Leroy Gibbons.
Gibbons.
So, JB came to the beach today, bucked some bulls, and I'm just going to get right to it. JB, everybody wants to know, what's it like hanging out with Dale Brisby?
What's it like hanging out with me?
It's one and the
Man,
same. It's one and the same.
Pretty much the same. No, JB brought some bulls. Tell us about these bulls. Okay, so JB brought some sale barn bulls from, and if you watched the last episode of Rodeo Time, the 67-year-old rancher bought some sale barn bulls for us to buck. These are a little different. What is it that made you think I want these bulls when you were down at Three Rivers?
Oh, when I saw them standing in the pens, high-headed, looked like bucking bulls.
Yep.
No herd bulls.
Yeah.
They looked like bucking bulls, so figured we'd try them.
And they came into Winnebago looking like a murder scene with that trailer. It's a bloodbath.
Well, they were a little sharp horns, so we tipped them before I loaded them on the trailer, and I guess their blood was pumping pretty good because they bled all over my trailer.
So what were, like, coming in today with these interns getting on them, what did you expect? Did you expect it for them to even get on?
Well, I was not really.
Yeah, me either.
Honestly, I didn't expect either one of them to want to get on or actually get on.
I didn't think they were going to pull the trigger.
I kind of thought they would get on them because, I don't know, like just it's almost like national television. Like enough people watch these videos that they're not going to punk out. But we did have a backup plan.
Yeah. We kind of made it hard for them to not get on. They either had to clean the trailer with a toothbrush or get in the barrel when we turned one of them bulls out.
Yeah, that trailer was bad.
That old Frank destroyed that barrel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the other
Frank.
I would have rather cleaned the trailer with a toothbrush than get in the barrel. Definitely.
That was another option. They could get in the barrel and let one of the bulls hook the barrel.
Yeah. Not me.
Because have you seen those giant toothbrushes at Walmart, like life size? Just get one of those.
Yeah, but I can already see it right now. JB would have said no.
No, I'm talking about like a little one. With the soft bristles, not even the hard ones.
Some people watching, they might think that we're being hard on them, but like you get on sale. You've gotten on your fair share of sale barn bulls.
Oh yeah, plenty.
Like that's something you do all the time. Not all the time, maybe anymore.
Well, they needed to step it up a little bit. If they want to be bull riders, you need to kind of run something under there that's more like a bucking bull. That way they figure out whether they want to or not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When's the last time you got on a sale barn bull? When's the last time you got on a bull that had never been bucked?
Ah, heck, I don't know. I used to get on them all the time. Guys around the house, I mean, they practice bulls. Those were bulls that had never been bucked.
Yeah.
Who did you, when you were getting on bulls growing up, who did you get on? Were you with Brian Canner?
Oh, yeah.
You guys grew up and just getting on?
Yeah, it was me and Brian. Like, we'd go, if we weren't at a jackpot or open bull riding, we were at practice pens getting on bulls. We got on bulls every day of the week and twice on Sunday.
Yeah. That's what it takes.
Was it mainly the same pen?
No, it was all over.
Yeah. Right there around Mooresville?
Yeah, we'd go 2-3 hours, but that's as far as we'd go. And then Sunday they had two. There was a jackpot in South Carolina. We'd go to it. It was at lunchtime, and they always had really good bulls. And then when we finished there, we'd go back to Mooresville, and there was a bull riding on Sunday night right there, and we'd enter it too.
How old were you when you're talking about making these rounds?
Oh, 16, 17.
Yeah.
Did you guys get on tour the same time? Or is that when you got hurt?
I got hurt. Brian made the finals a year before I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he get in as an alternate, or was he in?
I can't remember that first year. I think he was the first alternate, and somebody got hurt, and he got in.
What was that, 05?
Yep.
And then you got in 06?
06.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you were like, I don't need to go to college.
Yeah. decided against that whole deal.
What year was it that you were working at McDonald's?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I want to know about this McDonald's job.
Oh, that was, I guess, that'd have been 2003.
And then the ball bearing plant.
That was in 2005.
Those were your last two like real jobs,
Yeah. I mean, I did all kinds of odd and end stuff.
Right.
But
like a regular, you got to show up.
yeah.
Yeah. And then you're like, I'm making enough money bull riding.
I would have loved to bring your friend when you worked at McDonald's. Dude, let me get a large fry. Here's a whole bag. Ah,
I'd have just hooked you up. Yeah.
I know. I used to love those fries.
I still like them.
I ate a lot of chicken nuggets.
How long did you work there?
Oh, it was, I can't remember, probably 6-8 months.
Yeah.
And then a lady that, she's a chiropractor and ran barrels, she offered me a job riding horses and taking care of her place. So I rolled up in old McDonald's and laid their uniform down and said, peace out.
Yeah.
See ya.
Hands of leather.
Didn't you jump out the window?
Mm-mm. My buddy, boy I grew up with, Landon, been friends since elementary school. He was working there too, and he was all mad that I was quitting and getting another job. So I went outside after I told him I was quitting, and I called the lady. I said, is there enough work for two of us to do? She said, can y'all work together? I said, yeah, we work together now. She said, yeah, there's enough. So I went back in there, and he was on the clock, and I was like, hey, you want to go to work with me? Same amount of money an hour and everything. And he took his uniform off and laid it down. We both left.
Yeah. So y'all left at the same time?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Gotcha.
He's the one that fought bulls, right?
Yeah, he fights bulls now.
Does he still fight bulls?
Yeah.
He was just getting started when we come up there, right? When we were doing that filming.
Yeah, I mean, well, he had been fighting bulls for a while, but he worked for Gary there, and he'd fight all them open bull riding stuff around there.
What was it in high school that made? I mean, like I know obviously you loved riding bulls, but like you got on bareback horses and everything else too. Like, did you want to do multiple stuff, or you just knew you were kind of jacking around in high school?
Well, I wanted to do it. My dad always told me, he said, you better learn it when you're young, and because I didn't really care about anything but riding bulls. I didn't want to do the other. He said, you better learn it now, because when you're finished riding bulls, it's harder to learn something when you're 30, 40 years old than it is when you're young. So, I mean, I liked roping and riding bareback horses and stuff like that, and I liked steer wrestling. I just wasn't built for it, and but
You just kind of checked it off the list.
yeah,
like,
I
make sure
learned
you
how to
know.
do it and did it and won all around saddles and stuff. And then when I was about 17, I said, I'm done with that.
I mean, once you're the best, what's next?
Yeah, be the
Yeah.
best again. It gets monotonous. I know what it's like. I mean, that's what I'm saying. What about this shot of penicillin?
Oh, man. I got a bull hit me in the face in Houston. And I got a tooth that's broken in half that I haven't taken care of yet, and I think it's abscessing or getting infected or something. My gum above it's a little tender, so.
So you just had Wes.
Gross.
Literally, we go to Tractor Supply, get penicillin, get a, what was it, a 20 gauge needle?
Yeah.
Penicillin and some dog food.
Some dog food. Leroy had to get some dog food for Pickle. and then JB had to get some penicillin and then just get an old shot right in the shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
Just
Take care of it.
We didn't have to run him through the chute. Just give it to him right out here in the open.
I wasn't gonna do it.
Well, you said you were going to do it, and then when it
I
come
know,
down
but when
to
it came down to it, I'm just get kind of queasy when it comes down.
You
to
don't
stuff.
like needles?
I mean, they don't bother me, but I didn't want to just stab him with a big old needle and try to.
Think about how many times he's tortured Wes, though. So Wes is like jumping at the
Yeah.
opportunity to stab
Well,
him.
Wes is kind of a brown noser, so.
I think it just didn't bother Wes to do it.
He's like, I'll do it.
Wham!
Yeah, I gave JB. a shot.
I'm with Leroy. I think he just wanted a shot to stick it to JB.
Literally. Gross.
So how old were you? So you were in 2006. You made the finals the first time. You made it every year since. So including 16 and 19, that makes 14 years, right?
Yeah.
In a row.
Mm-hmm.
So you're young, like right off the bat, like the bull rider we know today as JB. Is that always been JB? Like, I mean, so you don't work out, Just the way you view bull riding. Has there been like any changes, or
No.
like 16-year-old JB is the same JB as today?
Same.
Yeah.
Never
Was-
changed.
Buck bulls get money.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Was
That's it.
Brian the same way?
Yeah.
He didn't ever work out either.
No.
Do you think that that's something that anybody can do?
What, not work out? I mean, everybody's different.
Right.
You know, there's a lot of people that guys would get on tour and they'd be hanging out with me and they would tell him, you know, not everybody can do it the way he does it.
Right.
And, you know, it's each to his own. But the way I look at it is if guys that work out get too big, I mean,
Yeah.
you need to be thin, slender, and when you get your muscles too dang big, that's when them guys go to ripping and tearing their muscles all to pieces. Like Adriano, he had arms the size of my leg, but tore his bicep in half because I think it gets them muscles just get so tight. There's no give to it.
Right. Yeah.
Let's talk about the locker room from 2008 and to the locker room now.
So it's like night and day. I liked it way better in 2008.
What made it so much better?
Oh, you get off your bull, you go back there, and there's coolers full of beer.
Yeah.
You go sit in there and drink beer and smoke cigarettes. And now there's no beer. You can't even smoke cigarettes.
People doing yoga.
Yeah.
Everyone's
there a
on their
goat in the
phone.
locker room?
What was it like?
No
So,
goat yoga here.
I mean, you guys had cell phones, but I mean, it's not like it is today.
No.
You know, you have guys on the back of the chutes on their phones, videoing.
Oh, yeah. Instagram Live,
Yeah,
Facebook
yeah.
Live, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Podcasts.
The people want to know, man. Citizens of Winnebago, they're like, this JB Mauney, man. He's like the next best thing, you know.
Mysterious.
Yeah, mysterious, you know. It's like,
Well, I'm pretty old school. I don't like a whole lot of change. And they've changed it all around now.
Yeah.
yeah. But I mean, at the end of the day, once you get on the bull, it's the same.
Oh, yeah.
You
Once
know
crawl
what's
off
never
in the bucket-
changed?
Once you crawl off in the buck and shoot, it's all the same.
Yeah.
Stay on.
Bulls are bulls all the time. You can count on bulls to be bulls.
Yeah.
That sounds like something that should be on a T-shirt,
Mm-hmm.
right alongside the Mooney Zone.
Yeah.
The Mooney Zone's going on a shirt.
Oh, yeah.
What is the Mooney Zone? Is it just like being 90, or is it just being a
Yeah,
bad to the bone cowboy?
Which
Got to be a badass all the time.
That's it.
all the time.
That's
Wow.
the Mooney Zone.
So
I
do you
think I'd like
think
to try me some of that Mooney Zone.
You don't want none of this Mooney Zone, Randy.
you want none of the Mooney
He's
Zone?
ready for the
Bad
Mooney
feelings
Zone,
turn to
Randy.
good
Yeah, I've been ready.
Randy, you asked that question a while ago about the locker room with a grin on your face, like you know the answer. What do you think about it? What do you see different? Because
mean-
you were on tour once.
No, I mean, not really, but I've been to enough to see the change, and I don't know, it was more old school back in the day. You know, it was almost like everyone was united. Now you got like these little cliques. You got these guys over here, you got these guys over here. But back in the days, like everyone got along. It was like one big family that you could give someone crap if you bucked off, and you know, you just told people the truth. But nowadays you can't say nothing.
Yeah.
You
Now
know,
it's
just
they
a-
make excuses for each
It's just
other.
all excuses like, oh well, my hand got me, or my you know, you bucked off. Do better.
Not
You know,
very-
turn down the suck.
Not very many of them come and ask my opinion when they get bucked off.
But all the Brazilians like you a lot, right?
Oh, yeah. I get
Yeah.
along with them.
Just because you just know no bull crap, just straight up JB. You
Yeah,
think that's it?
Well, they all voted. You know, every bull rider voted me to be the rider representative on the competition committee, and it's because they know that, you know, I don't care.
Yeah.
If it's right, it's right. If it's wrong, it's wrong, and I'll
Right.
tell them.
Yeah.
And you know, those guys, they come to me and, you know, ask me to ask questions and things like that. So I do it.
Yeah. That was unanimous, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody voted you for that. How long you been doing that?
Oh, I think they voted me in on it last year.
Yeah.
Did you ever think about going to law school?
No.
I'd hire you if you're
If
if
you
you're a lawyer.
could-
I'd hire you.
If you could travel with a group of guys from the 90s, who would it be and why?
Oh, from the 90s?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know one guy for sure.
Yeah,
that-
you and Razor, huh?
yeah.
Well, yeah, the Razor, but
Who else?
Tough.
Yeah,
The Razor, that crew.
Yeah.
I can see you
That's
in
more-
that crew.
That's more my style
Yeah.
there.
Listening to you and Tough talk like today, like seems like something that like you guys like were just would have been two peas in a pod.
Oh yeah.
That pod would have gone to jail quite a bit.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Who's like what riding style like? If you could pick a perfect riding style between, I don't know how to say this, but I don't know what's the prettiest riding style you think? Who had it in the '90s? Like Razor, Tough, Ty.
oh, Tough look like shit.
Yeah, well, Tough, horrible. He's out. He got the horn, but
Yeah, I mean, his form was horrible.
I think Clint Bronger.
I
had
was
one
gonna.
of the-
I knew you were gonna say
Yeah,
Clint Brown.
Clint Bronger rode, I mean, perfect.
Yeah,
Everything
Wasey
stayed
Cathy.
square.
I mean, I
Wasey
think
was
he looked
good.
good too.
Razor, he was
Oh,
really
Razor,
good away
yeah.
from his hand,
Super sharp.
but Tough was by far the worst form ever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of looked awkward on a bull.
Yeah, but effective.
Yeah, he got it done. And he did ride Bodacious.
Yeah, and
That was-
he got his face smashed too.
Yeah.
If one of them guys going up against, I'm trying to think of a bull. I don't know. I'm trying to think of those guys on bulls today.
Hocus Pocus.
Like, yeah.
Tough heat him in on Hocus
He'd
Pocus.
have rode him all day.
Yeah. What
You
about?
know, the only difference from then and now is they had rank bulls back
Yeah,
then.
but not as much.
Yeah, just not as many.
Yeah.
That's the only difference. Those guys rode those rank bulls, but now they've got so many rank bulls. It's just more of them.
Yeah. What you think about Bushwacker if he was early '90s kind of bull?
He'd have been right up there with Bodacious.
Yeah.
How many times did you get on him?
13.
And you did like wasn't it Mike White's deal or
Had him-
Chris Shivers' deal or whatever?
Yeah. I can't
Yeah. Where is it
remember.
that you rode him?
I rode him in Tulsa,
Yeah.
in 2013, but I had him. Had a bull riding like now it'd be called a velocity, but it was a long round, short round each night, and the high man each night had Bushwacker, and so you got on your long round, your short round, then Bushwacker. Well, I had him both nights. First night he hit me in the chin, like second jump, split my chin open. Next night I had him again. I was a high man again. I rode him 7-something right to the whistle.
You almost rode him in Dallas, didn't you?
Mhm.
Yeah, at the
I rode him
Cowboy.
7.5 seconds there.
That was rank. I remember that night.
And then I had him in Decatur one time. Ben Jones won the round. I was second. He got hurt, so I was the first man to pick. They had all the bulls in a hat, and I walk up there and pull it out, and it's Bushwacker. I was like, gosh, dang. And so I'm the last guy out. They're jamming this deal out in Decatur. Music's just, they're rocking it.
Yeah.
I take my route and jump up there and nod. Latch, breaker flips. Whole place goes dark.
No way.
Oh, yeah. First jump out of the buckin chute. Breaker trip.
How much into the darkness do you ride him? You think? Like how long?
About 2 jumps. Yeah, because I thought through my head, I can't even ride this son of a gun in a lit up ass arena, and now I'm tied to him in the dark. He took another big old long jump, and I tried to cheat him because I figured he was going to go right, so I tried to cheat him over there, and all that did was engage the slingshot.
Yeah.
Slingshot, engage.
Because when I dropped over in there, boy, when he hit, he brought me from the inside all the way to the outside and about 12 foot away from him over there on top of my dome.
Could the bullfighters even see it?
No.
Because it goes when it goes from that bright to dark, like nobody's got their night
Yeah.
eyes, and it just takes a minute
That's what
to
the
adjust.
joke was always. That's what Kent Cox always used to say. Remember the night he kicked the lights out?
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, I was tied to him.
What's your favorite go-to bull? Like whether like you're stored up, maybe it was all night, whatever, night before, like, but you just feel like just fun bull that you want to get on that you know you can still win money on.
Bruiser.
Bruiser.
I was gonna say percolator.
Well, percolator, too.
Yeah.
I mean, both those bulls ride the same.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they look rank when you don't ride them right, but they ride good if you're in the right spot. And that's what I pay attention a lot more than people think I do. Like, I'll watch them bulls and I'll figure them out before I even get on them and stuff. You know, I don't set a game plan. I just watch what other guys are doing. And like both of those bulls, you really don't have to go to the front on them. You know, Bruiser, when he goes back that other way, you kind of got to go to the front. But on both of them, the game, I mean, the whole deal was keeping your hips to your rope. Mm-hmm. As long as you kept your hips to your rope, they just bucked underneath you.
What's Margie time feel like compared to Bruiser?
A little snappier, you know. Bruiser leap, hang in the air, and Margie time was more just straight up and down.
Ain't we got one of the cows out of something Margie time? Or is it just one we bid on? Did we end up getting one?
Yeah, that one that I was going to split with you.
We didn't get her.
Oh, well, no, you didn't.
Did we?
Yeah,
I don't remember. I remember bidding on one, but I didn't remember if one of them
She goes
came.
back to Margie Town?
That black one did.
Huh.
We got one Bruiser daughter.
Yep.
But
the black one with
black
the
and
white,
yeah.
with the white in her head, she calves. She got a bull calf.
Heck yeah. Good for
She's
you.
out. She's out of Margie time.
I had to look.
I'm pretty
But
sure. I remember going
Then
through
the gray one that was supposed to be open, she's
Mhm.
got a gray bull calf.
That's awesome.
JBDB bucking bulls. We ain't playing. It's not a joke. It's on the hat, and they're on the ground.
Yep. Had 3 in one day. Guy texted me where they're at. He said, "Hey, you got 2 new calves." And that was at like 1 o'clock on Sunday. I got there about 3:30, and there was 3 new ones. She had just calved.
You gonna take Donnie and Wesley down there to tag those?
Yeah. No.
I don't even know why that's
Yeah,
funny.
no.
We
What-
just let him get a little bigger and tagged him in the.
And then the shoot.
Donnie and Wes. Let Donnie and Wes get bigger.
Yeah.
That too.
Yeah.
What
I don't think they're ready for that either.
It's like late February right now. When did you have surgery on your shoulder?
January 8th, day
Yeah.
before my birthday.
Everybody asking why JB's not going right now. It takes a little bit longer than 3 weeks to recover from shoulder surgery.
Yeah, that's what so many people like. I comment everything I post. Are you retired? Are you retired? No, I'm not retired. I'll be back in July.
Yeah. It's the
Cheyenne.
Cheyenne.
It's
That's
the
the game
roughest sport in the world. You can't just have surgery and then.
Well, if I came back too early after the first shoulder surgery and tore it up again.
After
but,
Calgary.
yeah, and I only set out 4 months.
I told you that.
But you came
to
back
tell
for
you.
the finals though. Like, ain't
Yeah,
nobody
but-
can blame you.
No, but you know, that's partly why I had to have shoulder surgery again.
Yeah.
And so this time, that's what everybody said. You gonna come back early? No, I'm gonna let it heal completely because I don't want to have number 3.
So opening night of that finals after Calgary, what in 18, you were 88. That would have been good if it's just like, I don't know, you should just be like, hey guys, I'm sore. I'm just gonna go 88 one round, and then you should have just.
Well,
called.
I should have just called it then, but I couldn't do that. I can't do that.
But you felt good after that.
Yeah, you're
right?
like the most competitive person I've ever met in my life.
Yeah, like I couldn't just get on one and be like, I'm done.
Right.
You know.
We were playing Call of Duty one night, and I was beating you. And he's like, no, one more. He had, and it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. And
Yeah, I remember I was already in bed.
I was like, gosh, dang.
That's when we went up there. Was that the whenever we went to Love Valley? Is that same
No,
trip?
that was a couple times after.
Yeah.
Love Valley. Well, that's a beautiful place.
It
You
is.
been back to Love Valley?
No.
I love Love Valley, man. That's my place.
That's
Those are
awesome.
my people.
That's my kind of joint. That's my kind of joint right there.
Girl with a black guy riding a horse in there, karaoke night.
Hey man, you give me a free cap if I ride this horse in here. Yeah.
Who
Joke's
did
on
that?
you.
Tiny?
Tiny.
Is he still working for the PBR?
No. Lives northwest somewhere out there.
Oh, really?
Working on a ranch. His brother fights bulls, Travis.
Yeah.
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 Golly, that was a funny night.
I think if Tiny fought bulls, he would just legit just punch him. Like, he wouldn't have to.
He just bulldog him.
Yeah, that's a big.
That's who we
old
need to.
man. That's a
We
big
were
man.
talking about getting security one day.
Yeah,
Like
he'd
one of
be
us might
good.
need to get security. Like get somebody like Tiny.
Yeah.
I used to have my buddy from high school. His name was Clark. They called him Big Tex. He was like 6'6", 320.
Is.
But he was kind of hard of hearing. and so like sometimes he didn't know what was going on. Remember that time in the chicken, a guy walked up to me. We were playing pool, and I was playing pool. There was only one pool stick, so I was using a broom handle. I was like, man, I'm going to beat you with a broom handle. This guy working there came over there upset, and I'm standing right here, and Clark's right there, and he was like, come over there and talking Matt, and I turned around, and I was like, what, man? And he looked at me, he was like, oh, nothing. I was like, man, I feel kind of tough. You know, I turned around, then Clark was standing right behind me when he said that. Big hope. He didn't even know what was going on. You know, he didn't hear none of it, but I was
I think you remember that time that we were dancing, and I got beat up by 3 dudes, and Clark didn't hear what was happening.
at Harry's.
Yeah, and he had his back turned.
Yeah. The one time you got the 6'7" guy.
Yeah.
He's getting taller. Second ago I said 6'7".
I had a deal happen like that one night. I was about to get in a fight, and there was like 3 of them, and I'm standing there, and I'm talking crap to them, and they're standing there. And I stepped towards them. Well, heck, they just turned around and took off running across the parking lot. I was like,
That's right. JB Mauney.
yeah. I turned around, and
Mooney
there's
zone.
about 10 of my buddies that were running towards me. I was like, no.
Yeah.
That's why they're running away.
They didn't want to go to the Mooney zone. 3 against 11. I thought you were about to tell that story when you were with Blue in that Texas Roadhouse, and that lady almost beat you up.
Yeah. That's a bad deal. She should have minded her own business.
Yeah. That's what she gets. She
Yeah.
got them knuckles to the forehead. JB hit her in the forehead.
I ain't hit nobody.
I'm just kidding.
Oh,
Somebody's going to stop listening to the podcast right now. They're going to walk away saying JB
No.
hit her.
Playing that woman.
She come over there because we were being loud or whatever, sitting there. There's nobody in there, and I kind of said a few choice words and told her to mind her own business. And then here come her husband. He was running his mouth, and I told him, I said, well, me and you can step outside if you got a problem. And he said, well, my wife will beat you up. I said, well, I'm not fighting your wife. I said, but we can step outside.
Like, I don't want to fight your wife. I want to fight you. Randy, you ever been in a fight?
Yeah, plenty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I've been beat up quite a bit, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ain't got no desire to
JB,
fight.
you seen me. Oh, I didn't really get in a fight that night, but I was bringing over some drinks to your table, and some team roper asked me if I've ever been tabletopped, and his buddy was leaning up behind me and pushed me over with about $20 worth of drinks. That's about it. You didn't help me. Thanks.
He what?
Who was it?
Blaine Vick and Randall Agermeyer or whatever.
You were bringing them to my table? Where was this at?
I had it was at Rock and P in Stephenville.
Oh, yeah.
And then I seen him in Albuquerque at the bull ride, and he's like, "Hey, you been tabletopped anytime?" I'm like, yeah, thanks.
There was the line wasn't there yet, Randy, where it's
What?
like the loyalty line of like, do I
Yeah,
get
it wasn't.
involved?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he missed out on a good fireball shot or a Jaeger bomb shot or
Yeah.
Jaeger bomb.
Yeah.
Imagine in Rock and P, you can probably get a bunch of those for free.
I don't know.
No offense, Randy, for buying it for him.
Yeah.
You gotta pay for things there.
Free drinks all the way around. Are you getting mad when people think you're retired? Or do you just get mad that they even are talking about it and worried about it, like you're here to do you?
Yeah, I'm not really, I don't care what, but it just irritates me that, read the comments.
Yeah.
I mean, man, we're your biggest fan. Are you retired? Well, evidently you're not my biggest fan because they've put it on the PBR I don't know how many times that I'm out for
Solid
6
point.
months.
Solid
I mean,
point. Just don't say that you're his biggest fan if you're going to follow it.
Yeah.
Are you retired? I've done 3 articles. I did a podcast with Dale Brisby. I posted about it. You are not my biggest fan. My biggest fan doesn't have to ask me that.
I think
Yeah.
my biggest fan is the one that emailed me asking if we had 5X shirts. It's like, man, I don't think so.
That is a big fan.
That's a really big fan.
yeah.
Oh, my biggest fan is Randy's mom.
She hates you.
No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't.
That's just what they told each other.
Which
there
one?
at
I got a
study.
couple.
Yeah, no, both.
Yeah. Good for you.
Did you ever ride at any bull ridings where JB was there?
Yeah, a couple. Kearney, Nebraska was the first one. It was. I was 8. I had just turned 18, and
We're at the same bull riding as JB Mauney.
yeah, you were getting. We had some wobbly pops.
Some old barley pops.
Was that the year I won it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it got bad that night.
Yeah, it was wild.
Tell me about the breakdown story.
Oh, I was
What finals was that?
13.
13?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they had a draft, and I was first pick, I think. And I was looking at the day sheet or the list of bulls in the draft, and it was getting ready to start. And I was looking, and Randy walks over. He's like, "Hey, pick this bull." And I was like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah, he's mine. You'll be 90 on him." I was like, "Okay." So I picked him, and I was 90 on him, won the round.
And then they asked you after, right? Didn't they interview you? You're like,
Yeah.
Why'd you pick that bull?
Yeah, they were like, "Did you know that bull?" I was like, "Nope." Randy told me to pick him.
Hey, I was right.
Give credit where credit's due. Yeah. It's not a complicated process, people.
I mean, that same year, I flipped a quarter and won a different round to figure out what bull I was going to get on. I had
Yeah.
first pick, and it was either Smackdown or a bull I'd been like 90. I was 92 on him earlier that year, Western Way.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know which one I was going to go with, so I was sitting there, and I just flipped a quarter and ended up being Smackdown, which was good because the Western Way wasn't no good that day.
Yeah.
How many were you on SmackDown? Like 92?
Yeah.
Are they still?
I don't put a whole lot of thought into picking those bulls.
Yeah. But you normally pick ranker bulls than most guys.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's
So what's the thought behind that?
nobody remembers 85-point bull rides.
Hell yeah.
Do you miss the Mossy Oak shootouts? Or were you were going? when
Well,
they-
I was around when it was the Enterprise ride
Oh,
with the
yeah.
best.
Yeah.
If you won a round, the next round, if you stayed on, it's 5,000.
Yeah.
I got them for quite a bit at the
Yeah.
finals a few times.
That was in 13. I was just going to some of them bigger shows,
Yeah,
you know,
Yeah.
like some of them big added money bull ridings.
I got you.
That's what I was doing. And
13. I don't even know what I was doing. At
yeah,
13.
you were pulling my bull rope.
Oh, well,
Yeah, at some of them bigger shows.
you bet.
Yeah. Up north.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time up north in 2013. So, Randy, you ready to get in the barrel?
I'm not getting in the barrel.
Get in the barrel.
I'm not getting in the
Get in the
barrel.
barrel.
If you give me, I need 3 things. I want your 2013 World Champion buckle,
Yeah, you can have it. It looks like shit.
and I
Check.
want the round buckle
No.
from Breakdown.
Now he's trying to think
You
up
can
things
have
that
it.
he won't. he won't give it.
I don't even know what I want in the first place.
Number
I'm not
3.
getting in the barrel.
Okay. And number 3, I'm not getting in the barrel.
Oh, well. Then you're
Give me
not-
all your Monster energy gear, dude.
How long you been sponsored by Monster?
Since 2012, I think.
What about Jagger? You want him to be a bull rider?
Whatever he wants to do.
He's gonna be
He's gonna be a bull rider.
something.
Well, I promise you, whatever
Yeah.
he's going to do, he's going to be wide open.
Yeah.
He's gonna be wide open.
He already
Yeah.
is wide open.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he's walking before he's a year old, just cruising around,
And like, look at
and tough.
looks like a
Yeah.
little bulldog.
I actually like one, too.
He did bite the snot out of me last time he was here.
Yeah, he's getting better. He doesn't do that anymore.
I just want him to be on this end of the arena.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't care what he does, but he likes bucking horses and bucking bulls.
No offense to any Tommies. I got mad respect for anybody that throws a rope. I just like to spend my time on the bucking shoots.
Oh, yeah.
Always have.
So much cheaper, too.
Well,
It is
That's
cheaper.
what I told Samantha. You know, she was talking about him roping and everything. I said, no. She said,
Yeah.
what? I said, well, then you got to buy the trailer,
Got a trailer.
truck,
And you gotta
the
feed
horses.
'em.
You
The
gotta
horse is
feed
more
'em.
Saddle.
expensive
Then
than the
all
trailer.
of it.
Yeah.
Feed them, do all that.
Yeah.
Ropes. I
Yeah.
said, if he's a bull rider, we buy him one rope, a gear bag, and a little bitty car.
Yeah, a little
and
Toyota
say,
Camry.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Put him on our
Good luck, son.
Yeah, get some good insurance. Randy, that's
Nah, I
Huh?
want him to rope
Oh.
too.
Yeah.
You know, learn how to rope, and if he wants to ride bulls, he can ride bulls. I don't care.
I do. I spent a lot of time in Snook with Kermit Moss's place, the same place where Samantha used to. Didn't she keep a horse there?
Probably.
I think so.
don't know. She's got horses strung out everywhere.
Long time ago. Anyways, Kermit knew he said he knew her, but anyway, we were always bucking bulls or horses or something, and they were always roping. He won the average in the team roping in like '95, and so he was always teaching somebody. I helped him. I day worked with him a lot, trained horses, but I just never really got in the box. Didn't have any desire. I wish I would have, just because, like, man, it's an NFR team roper, and he could just teach me how to swing a rope, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But outside of just making me a better cowboy, you know, as far as like roping something out in the pasture or in the branding pen, I don't have. If I do anything else outside of rough stock, like I would want to pick up. That's it.
Oh yeah.
You know.
I like team roping, but
Yeah, I'd probably team rope.
I mean,
If I
it's
had
not.
to do a timed event thing, be team roping.
You think your shoulder let you team rope later in life?
It is.
I don't know about the. I'm not sure about the heeling side.
Right.
I should be all right to head steers, but I'll probably be all right to heel too. But my favorite, other than it was bull riding, then bulldogging. Like I love bulldogging, and then calf roping. Calf roping was fun.
I thought you were just gonna. You ain't even mentioned it yet. Be tied up, picking up for the rest of your life.
Oh yeah, I like picking up.
Yeah.
That's pretty fun.
Pulling up next to a bucking horse is pretty freaking cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Like and I think it's just cowboy.
Yeah,
I think that's
yeah.
the most cowboy thing in the arena.
Well,
is
other
a
than,
pickup man.
other
Pickup
than
man.
riding bulls, it gives you the same rush.
Yeah.
You know, because you're pretty much the bullfighter
Right.
in the horse riding.
Yeah.
You got to be Johnny on the spot.
You got to know
You
how to
can get
handle.
pretty western pretty quick.
You got to know how to
Much
handle a
good.
horse.
Yeah.
Yeah. I spent a lot of time around the Stay Smith crew. Like, spent a lot of time at Mesquite and Jason Bottoms, Sean Calhoun, Too Tall. Them guys, those are my boys. Derek Rogers picks up there a lot, but
I like to watch old Clint Hale pick up.
Clint Hale.
He's fun.
But Jason went to NFR like, I want to say in 11 or 12. Sean went in like 13 and 14. But those dudes. And then I think, you ever been around National Champion?
I don't know.
Bob Champion over there? Like, I think it's around Centerville. That National Champion is a freaking hand with a rope. That's the handiest. He's gotten me out of a bind, like coming in as a bullfighter, being on a horse.
Yeah.
Like this bull lined me out at the Huntsville, and this fool came in here, and I mean, he knew exactly what he was doing too. I saw him out of the corner of my eye. Nobody else noticed it, you know, because they were all watching me about to get run over. But I think if he didn't do so much in production, because he puts on the whole rodeo, you know, his dad owns the rodeo company, then I think he could. If all he did was pick up, he'd go to the NFR one
He
day.
saved me from probably 2 or 3 injuries college rodeoing.
That dude's a hand.
Yeah,
Underrated.
he is.
Maybe not underrated, just doesn't get the recognition. But
Got me
that's
out
part of
situations I put
Ammy
myself
Rodeos. But who you picking up for?
Danny Reagan,
Yeah.
United Pro Rodeo.
You gonna do the Cleburne again?
I think so.
Yeah.
I got to start exercising them horses. I hadn't been
Yeah.
able to ride them a whole lot because hadn't been able to pick a saddle up high enough to get on them.
Yeah.
When's it in July?
June. Middle of June. It's right before everybody kind of takes off.
Yeah.
Go
He
to
sent me a
Cleburne.
whole list of rodeos.
He's
But-
got a cool pin horses.
But you're kind of planning on, after Cheyenne, just kind of making a run for 20.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Going back to the finals.
Hey, old son. No. To answer the question, no. He ain't retired. Stop asking. If someone should come up and say, listen, I'm a moderate-sized fan. Are you retired? If you start it that way, you'll get a straight answer.
I know who you are.
Yeah.
Are you retired?
Yeah.
No.
There you
I'm
go.
not.
That's when you get a straight answer.
That's what I've been asked. Are you still riding? Well, not right now. Oh, did you retire? No. I had shoulder surgery.
Dude, you like, I don't know, you like love being behind the wheel. That's what surprises me. Like, you've been in the PBR World Finals 14 times in a row. Obviously, bull riding a lot before that. These two fools right here are allergic to the steering wheel. Y'all been rodeoing a long time too.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, shoot.
mean I'm
You
allergic?
don't even know what you're talking about right
Every
now.
time we go somewhere, you don't ever want to drive.
Yeah, because I'm not rodeoing anymore. Simple as that.
Touche. I'm just saying, you seem to love it. Like yesterday, we thought you were coming next week, and you called me. You were like, "Hey, I'm pulling out the driveway. I'll be there at 2:30 in the morning." Call me like 5 miles from the house. I mean, what is it about being behind the wheel that you like so much? You just feel like
Oh,
you're.
I don't know. Just going.
And so, like, you
The
know.
Mooney Zone, man. That's the
the
Mooney
Mooney
Zone.
Zone.
Yeah, that's the
Chasing
Mooney
white
Zone.
lines down the road.
That's it. Yeah, if I sit around, I get I feel lazy. I get bored. You can ask my wife. I'm never inside, and I'm always doing something. And last week, heck, I hauled cows till I got home at like 6:00 Friday morning, and got on a plane at 10:30 and was in North Carolina, and had a father-daughter dance at 5:00 that evening, and then I was back in San Antonio at 9:30 Saturday morning.
Yeah, and then we went to
We went to the Extreme Bulls and the short round.
the Stream Bulls at 1, short round at 7.
I was still a little tired after that.
Yeah. Then we were supposed to go to dinner, and you were like, "Man, I'm out."
Yeah, I went down.
2 nights of no sleep is in a row. That's the limit right there.
Yeah.
Going 2 full nights without sleep. That's the most.
And the night before that, Wednesday night, I hauled a load of cows too.
Is that the longest you stayed up? The longest I've stayed up is 3 days in a row.
Yeah, I think.
2 nights, 2 full nights with no sleep. Randy?
I think I've done 1 full day. That's about it.
What?
Yeah,
Well, he's pea-hearted.
that's the longest I've stayed up.
3.5 days is probably my longest.
That was a
I
boot
mean,
camp.
what?
No, I was when I got home.
I've
I
never
couldn't go
been
to sleep.
put in a situation where, I've driven from,
Don't get mad just because
well,
you're not as
shoot,
cool as
gosh
us.
dang, guys.
Yeah, you drove from Canada. I'm just saying, whenever you and I are in the truck, you act like you don't want to drive.
First off,
Yeah, because you got
never
it. And you
ask.
get car sick.
Yeah, that's
My stomach, I don't feel good.
I don't ever complain about it.
Yeah, you do. You
mind
said the other day,
driving?
dude.
Will you drive? Yeah.
Sometimes
all you gotta do is ask.
People ask me, "Why are you hanging your head out the window, thrown up on the side of the vehicle?" Because I'm car sick. I'm not gonna just say, just randomly, whatever. You know
Leroy,
what?
will you drive? Yeah, pull over. 20 minutes later, hey man, we pull over. All right, sweet. You ain't driving no more, man. I'm getting car sick.
No.
Every time.
Hey,
No,
if
not
we were
every time.
rodeoing, I would love for you to be in the car with us.
Oh yeah.
Because you just drive.
We met at your last rodeo, ain't we? Wasn't
Yeah.
it clean?
Yeah. Well, that was my second to last.
Second to last. What was the last one? Belton?
Belton.
But it was a PBR at Belton?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they got a 4th of July there. That's right. Clean's in May, and then they
Yeah,
got...
why did you quit?
I don't know. I just wasn't any good anymore.
He wanted to run a
I
camera.
was flying off. I was tired of being broke.
Yeah, but you've said now that, like, if you were riding bulls now, that you've...
Yeah, I think I have a different mindset now. Like, I was just, I don't know. I was kind of weak-hearted when the last couple of years got really weak-hearted. Straight up.
What do you mean weak-hearted?
Just lost your confidence a little bit, or
No, I just...
You
I
feel
don't
like
know,
you,
just
you
was
weren't
weak. I
finishing
just-
bull rides?
yeah,
You
I
weren't
wasn't
trying hard
I
enough?
didn't even
or-
want to be at the bull rides anymore. I didn't even want to be there.
Yeah, but that's not weak. Just because you don't want to be there. Just because you don't want to do something.
I don't know. It's pretty
Just-
weak.
Lost interest.
Yeah, I just wasn't having fun at all. Did not have any desire to put my hand
That's
in the
not
rope.
weak.
When
Weak-hearted.
it's not fun anymore, it's time to hang it up.
Yeah, that's not weak-hearted.
No.
Yeah.
Weak-hearted is when you nod and jump off.
That's weak-hearted.
Well, then I was weak-hearted because I jumped off.
Okay then.
We're going to stop arguing.
Now we got that
Guys,
clarified.
I mean, I know. Come on.
Yeah.
now this is PBR 2018. You're not weak. No, you're not weak-hearted.
Yeah.
No, it'll be okay. You'll get
Gotta
the
do
next
some hot
one.
yoga
Yeah.
and then get back in the game, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Just
what...
stretch a little more.
Yeah.
That's
I
what-
never... Do you stretch? I never stretch.
I do.
I never stretch.
First jump.
Yeah, that's
First
it
jump.
right there.
Yeah. I don't know.
They stretch everything out for you when you nod.
I think I think working out is great and everything, but I don't see how it.
It's all above your shoulders. They want
Yeah.
to talk about people working out.
Yeah.
Whatever
I don't
gives
have
you the
anything against
confidence
it,
and makes
but-
you feel like you can
Yeah.
ride better, that's what you do. I never wanted to go to the gym, had no reason to go to the gym. I just had it in my head when I crawled off in that bucking chute, it was stay on, make the whistle.
I see a lot of young guys. I see some guys doing, they just don't get on any bulls. They might get on a couple here and there, but they just go to the gym, stand on the ball because they got a picture of you standing on a ball somewhere, and then they're like, oh, yeah, this is going to make me the world champion.
They watch that
Don't work
Vice
that way.
video.
Yeah, they didn't, you know.
I think it takes bulls and bulls and bulls, like
Yes,
thousands of
absolutely.
bulls for you to be able to be.
You eat, sleep,
Yeah.
bull riding. I mean,
Okay.
when I woke up, I'd get on bulls.
When I was riding my very best, I mean, I got on 4 bulls on Tuesday, 4 bulls on Thursday, and I'd go to the bull ridings on the weekend, and it worked.
Well, we'd get on bulls. I mean, I'd run 8, 10 of them in
I
a
don't-
day.
And that's crazy. Like, you don't see anybody getting on 8 bulls in a day.
No.
I haven't seen it lately. I mean, I'm sure they're out there. I'm sure there's guys
No,
on tour
it
that
is.
might be doing that. But, like, I just
There's not.
horses, too.
That's the difference. You know, there was guys that worked for me in North Carolina and stuff. And, will you help me with my bull riding? I said, yeah, but you're not going to like me.
Yeah.
Why? Well, I've been working at it. Yeah, riding that drop barrel is good, but you're not working at it.
Yeah.
Well, what do you mean? Well, when your eyes open, you better be thinking about bull riding. You better be getting on bulls. When your eyes go to sleep, you better dream about bull riding.
Yep.
That's all I ever want to do. I mean, that was it.
It's a number, though, in the day. Like, obviously, you get on 8, you've been getting on a bunch. If you get on 8 to 10 bulls in a day, you're winded for it. But, like my dad said, it's like a point of diminishing return. So, like, if you ain't been on 8 in a while and you get on 8, like
Yeah,
number
you're gonna be
9,
sore.
you're going to probably, there's a point, like, you got to not get on. Because
Yeah,
at number
I mean-
9,
Well, then
like,
you're,
not-
you're probably just getting on to get on
Right.
after that. So.
yeah.
Oh.
So, like, wait and go the next day. But, like,
Well, like now, I don't get on there like that anymore. I can't, you know. I'm too crippled and stuff. And
Yeah, but you've been doing it for.
yeah, that's
you still like to practice, though, get a little tune-up here and there.
oh yeah, but you know, I'd go home and I'd fix. And the one thing, like I watch a lot of guys get on bulls and they get their ass handed to them, and they're done.
Mm-hmm.
I never
That's
ended
the
on
only- yeah.
never on a bad
Yeah.
note. I mean, I would run every bull I had in there twice if that's what it took until I felt like I rode one good,
Right.
and then I would call it a day.
Yep.
You know, I might get on 2 or 3 and feel like I did everything correct and was good, and I'm like, okay. And then the next day I might get on and feel different and get on 8 or 10 of them.
Yeah.
You know, I love getting on bulls.
Right. That's even just being competitive with yourself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then I would watch, you know, videos from the weekend before, you know, to see what I did wrong. Even if I made the whistle or not, I'd pick apart my rides and see what I could have did better, what I did wrong, and then I'd go look bulls that were, you know, somewhat cut the same tracks as what I was having trouble with, and I'd fix whatever I was doing wrong.
You've been owning bulls for a while. Like you sold some last year. What was it? Bone Tomahawk?
Mhm.
He go on to be a good bull?
I don't know what he did with him now.
Richard Slam?
He ended up getting crippled.
But you've been having bulls like that caliber for a while?
Oh,
Or-
yeah. Every bull I had when I had bulls at home, they were 20 to 21 or a little better point bulls. And that's what everybody, you know, around the house, when I'd show up with them, you take these bulls PBR? No. What are they? They're my practice bulls.
Yeah.
These are your practice bulls? I said, yeah. You think I'm going to go get on a 19-pointer this weekend? No.
Right. Because
So
people
I
don't
mean,
remember 85-point bull
that's
runs.
it.
Yeah.
I've been on some bucking son of a guns in the practice pen, though.
What's a buckiness bull that might still be? Because who was it? Which one of y'all was telling me about one of the bulls we were watching that you got on the practice pen?
Oh, Red Moon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got on Red Moon at Riley's house
I did
when
too.
he was fighting the chute so bad where I had Ty take my wrap. Riley was flanking him, pushing him over, and I don't know if Tanner popped the latch, but he was just bucking in there, and I mean, he slammed me right out of there, but yeah, he bucked.
Yeah, I got on Red Moon, Wicked Stick, Gear Jammer.
Now that's a
and,
set of bulls to get on in a practice pin.
and some white bull.
At Riley's house, you got on them?
At
there?
that bull riding school.
Oh, yeah.
Because the last day, them boys, they were done. They didn't want any more. And
Well, they didn't run them in there for them boys, though.
No.
Yeah.
They had other bulls, and they were kind of being weak-hearted about it, and nobody wanted to get on. They were standing back there talking about it, but wasn't doing it. And I finally looked at Riley. I said, "You got anything for me to get on?" He said, "JB always got, Red Moon and Wig." I said, "Run them in."
Yeah.
So I borrowed some spurs, a glove, and a bull rope.
And rode them.
Got on 4 of them in about 10 minutes, just back to back to back.
What you used to wear a helmet? Why don't you wear a helmet no more?
No, I didn't like it.
What was that we were talking about earlier? What was the reason why you quit? Like
I was having bad trouble with bulls that went away from my hand. I'd lose sight of them. I'd get my chin up real bad, and took it off and got on some practice bulls that went right. Felt like I kept them right there where I could see them, and I never lost them, and felt like I rode a lot better. So that was the end of the helmet.
you start somebody out, you gonna tell them to wear a helmet?
I mean, if they want to, it's mandatory in the
No, it's
PBR now.
required.
But
Right. Yeah.
it's good, because when you're young, you don't know how to get yourself out of wrecks, and you get in wrecks being young. It's good to wear one then, and that's kind of one reason I quit wearing it. Yeah, I mean, there's still going to be mishaps where you get hit in the face and stuff like that, but, I'd been riding bulls long enough. I knew how to get myself out of wrecks and situations and stuff, so, and I felt 100 times better without it, so I just quit wearing it.
Yeah, I get nervous about people starting at my house, starting like out on something. So like I'm gonna make the Wes got on a few without a helmet, but like it was like I don't even remember the bulls anymore.
Yeah, is that 5'11"?
He got on a few of those,
John maybe.
but like I don't know. I get nervous about
Oh,
people
yeah,
starting something.
If they're starting out, yeah, they need to wear one because,
Right.
they don't know what they're doing.
Right.
I think guys starting out in the bronc riding should wear
That's
them too.
what's scary.
Bronc riding, bareback riding. If you hadn't been on 100 horses yet, I think you need to wear a helmet.
Donnie's wanting to get on broncs. And
I don't like the helmet and the bareback riding though.
Yeah.
The way it snaps your head back.
Yeah. Don, I've been like adamantly against people getting on their first bronc, like at my house. I'd rather them go to a couple schools or something. Like Garrett Kelly Johnson went to a school first, so he had been on like 8. But Donnie, I'm gonna let Donnie do it. I'm gonna pick the right horse, but I'm gonna let him do it just because like that's the roughest. I think the saddle bronc riding, learning to ride saddle bronc horses is the roughest compared to bull riding. Especially you get some bulls like some herd bulls 5'11", like night and day difference. Because you get a running off bronc that is like a 15-point. He's still fast and still high. You hang a stirrup.
Sorry, I didn't know it was gonna be loud.
I thought it was gonna be
Oh,
silent.
it kind of smells like baby poop.
I was getting ready to say something, but I won't.
Why
Yeah.
don't you? Yeah, no, we all know what you were gonna say, JB. Well, at least the adults of the crowd. Why don't you like riding horses, Randy?
I don't know. I'm just not comfortable around them. I never have been. Well, my mom, she rode reining horses for a long time, and one of her horses kicked me when I was like 6, and then I never wanted to be around them anymore. So that's it. I always wanted a rope when I got older going to junior rodeos, but
Weak.
yeah, I am weak-hearted,
Again.
Well, I just don't want to be around them. Sorry.
What percentage of guys on tour right now know how to saddle and ride a horse effectively?
A lot of them Brazilians do. A lot of them rope.
Yeah.
And Jess, he ropes a little bit.
Kobaba does some ranching, doesn't he?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
There's some that don't want anything to do with them.
Right.
Tony Mendez, he was a really good team roper.
Oh, well.
Well. Anyway,
Yeah.
what are we about to do on the beach?
Somebody's getting in the barrel. You
Somebody's
are.
getting in the- I am.
Yeah.
I got to film it, so I know I'm not.
I'm just.
You already said.
It's a metal barrel.
You already
I'm just-
said you was getting in it.
Yeah, I know.
just had to slow
I'm
up
telling
on
you.
Frank.
I know you. If you don't check, we're not friends anymore. If you let him hit that
I'll
barrel
check
without
Frank
checking
up.
him up,
You gonna wear a helmet? There's no
No.
padding on the end. That's a steel
Yes, there
barrel.
is.
There's
I've been
not on
in
the
it.
inside.
the I'll tell you the thing I'm most scared about.
Catfish peed in it 3 times.
He
the other
peed
day, too.
on it.
No,
He
was
didn't pee
in the
in it,
hole.
no.
It was in the head hole.
The thing I'm scared most about.
Well,
If you
hey,
check him up, if you'll check him up, the thing I'm most scared about is just spiders because that thing has been outside. Like, I don't want to get bit by a spider. I know it's full of spiders.
Well, it's been cold, so it's
The
not going
be-
to be that bad.
Yeah,
It
that's
might be.
true.
The
So I'm
best
not scared.
part, catfish peed in it, so that way when he pisses himself, when Frank hits it,
Yeah.
Blame it on catfish.
you won't know the difference.
Are we going to buck Frank, or are we just going to shotgun him out of the chute?
I think
doubt-
Wes needs to get on him again.
Yeah, I mean, I would rather somebody get on him, but
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know if they're going to be game for it, though.
I tell you one, we're going to put it, like, up close to the buck and shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it go by it.
And then
come
Make
back.
a hole
relatively
around
close to the
around the arena.
panels. That way you can get away.
And you got to
'Cause
stay in him until Frank leaves the arena. You got to stay in the.
I don't know. I mean, if he leaves out, I'll climb out of
Randy,
that
we've
sucker.
already passed that you're weak-hearted, so you don't get to make decisions right now.
Shut up.
Dude, this is what we need we need redemption.
I'm
You
just
need to get
kidding,
in the
Randy.
barrel to
I don't need to do Jack Diddley squat.
because you're comfortable with yourself.
Yeah, I don't give a crap.
Yeah, I know you don't.
We know you got a strong heart.
Yeah.
I don't think you're weak-hearted. I think you just lost interest.
JB thinks I'm weak-hearted. But I only farted.
You did do that.
All right. Well, we'll play the video, maybe on this because we've been putting this podcast on YouTube, so the YouTubers are probably if I haven't already put it over the audio, because we only had an hour. I don't know how long we've been talking.
What time is it, Randall?
4:38.
59 minutes. Oh dang! It's not even recording, y'all. I'm just kidding.
Wait,
Hey, what's
oh no!
I was getting ready to have to take a cigarette smoke on that one.
what's your advice to the citizens of Winnebago? From the bull rider JB Mauney, what's the credo you've lived by for bull riding? Like, what makes you the world champion, the second best bull rider in the world? What makes you
Second
that?
best. You don't quit.
Whatever you do, don't let go. It's time to be a cowboy. Don't you know? Isn't that what Justin wrote about you?
Yeah, I don't know.
Don't
Yeah,
quit.
you don't quit.
Yeah, just never quit.
Keep your hand closed.
Never let them see you sweat.
Never let them see you sweat.
You scared, ain't you?
Never let them see you sweat.
If he is, you ain't gonna know it. Yeah.
What's the scariest bull you've been on?
I don't know, like,
If you were gonna sweat, what's the bull that almost made you sweat?
well, see, I got the easy bulls were the ones that bothered me
Yeah.
because I was like, man, if
Pressure.
I fall off of this
Yeah.
one, I'm gonna look stupid.
Yeah.
Right. But if
You know,
Bushwacker or Pearl Harbor
that
got
shit,
you down,
that
like,
shit didn't bother me.
What about that one bull from Brazil?
The big Brimer,
Yeah.
one that jerked everybody
Yeah.
down. I was a little nervous about that one because. Like, he looked cool, and he was big and huge, and then Paula's like, yeah, he hadn't been riding like a year and a half. He jerks everybody down, hits him in the face. I was like, great.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
How'd that one go?
I rode him,
Nice.
and he didn't hit me in the face.
yeah.
I
Does
got
it-
along with those
Who
bulls.
told you that
What?
about that bull?
Paula
Kramer.
Krimber.
Oh,
We
okay.
were in Brazil.
Gotcha. That
No.
it because normally people will tell you something like that, like stock contractors, whatever.
Well,
Especially
no,
like when
like-
you were young, they say something like that. Probably.
Oh, yeah, they try to scare me all the time.
It
when I
didn't
was
bother
young. No, I didn't care.
I can't wait to see you as
What-
a.
What's like the biggest stick it to you stock contractor moment that you had, where it's just like somebody was just being a dick and like talking, and then
Oh,
you
I was
just-
about 15, I guess, 14 or 15. I'd entered a pretty good size IPRA rodeo in North Carolina, and I was sitting over there, and a guy, that older man that owned the bulls or whatever, he come walking over there. He said, son, what's your name? And I told him. He said, oh, you got my black bull, such and such. I said, yes, sir. You don't need to get on him. Do what? He said, boy, he's bad. And he's mean. He's really mean. He's really, really mean. And I said, really? He said, yeah, you don't need to get on him. I don't want you getting on him. I don't want him to hurt you. I said, why don't you worry about your damn bull and I'll worry about me. It kind of pissed him off, so he walked off. Well, I rode the shit out of him. Won the rodeo, and he hooked the shit out of me. He was not lying. He was mean as hell.
What did he say anything to you after?
Now I saw him a couple weeks later at another rodeo, and I had one of his, and he looked at me. He said, "I'm just not going to say anything to you." I said, "That'd probably be the best advice." And I rode that bull and won that rodeo too.
Dang, I didn't see that coming. He said you just shouldn't even get on.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm not very big now, but I was 15. Like, I was little bitty.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Son, you don't need to get on him. This bull's bad."
Yeah.
You worry about your bull. I'll worry about me.
So okay, so that is one thing. You're skinny. You've always been, a faster metabolism, whatever. Not have to worry about what you eat. Surely though, like you can probably respect that some people who might gain weight, they need to get on a treadmill. To slim down, because can't everybody just stay skinny like you?
And not everybody can eat liver mush and just
Liver mush.
stay.
Yeah,
The
liver
JB
mush
special.
and smoke cigarettes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I mean, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit whether you go to the gym or not. That's
Yeah.
what I like about bull riding. It's
Yeah.
individual.
I just didn't know if there was a
Yeah.
limit. Like I'm not trying to say that like you are throwing rocks at people, but just like if you had to give somebody advice who, I don't know,
I'd do what it
220,
takes.
5'6", 220.
5'6", 220.
Yeah.
That's a skinny tall dude, though.
That's bulldogger.
Yeah.
Five,
Oh,
Bulldogger,
5'6".
Yeah.
Dyslexic with my numbers.
Yeah, not
5'6" and
6'5".
220. If he wants to be a bull rider, he's gonna have to get him some Slim Fast.
That's what I know. Yeah.
I've told quite a few kids, at bull riding schools. I ask them, "You want to know the truth?" Yeah. You need to lose weight.
Yeah.
I mean, it's simple. It's physics.
Right.
The more you weigh, harder it is to balance.
Right. I figured that's what you thought. I just hadn't heard you say it.
Oh, yeah, I mean, do whatever you got to do to make it work.
You were gonna say you can't wait to see him be a stock contractor.
Yeah.
And
can't,
I as soon as you
as an
started that
old
sentence.
man, like you're gonna.
I
be,
love it.
You're
I
gonna
can see
be
a little
funny.
belly, too.
And
Just
it's-
a little bitty punch.
And even like today, this morning at 2:30, like we're unloading those bulls, and I was thinking like anybody else bringing these, like it's on, like there's a lot of stock contractors, that would say this or that, do this or that, and maybe they rode, maybe they didn't, but like they just can't argue with you. Like you've been on those bulls,
Oh,
like
yeah.
you've done that, and like you want my help. This is what you do, and there's just no argument. It's like this is Dale Brisby and JB Mauney we're talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So JB bucking bulls. You think them sale barn bulls are gonna make bulls?
I think two of them will.
Yeah.
The younger one, I believe he'll be a really good practice bull.
Rank
And then-
Frank?
Yeah, Rank Frank. I think he'll turn into being a really good practice bull because he's got enough kick, But I think the Red Bull is going to turn into be a pretty damn good bull. And old Black, I don't think old Black's going to make her, but we'll give him one more trip, let him calm down and everything, kind of settle him down.
McCabe, I was texting him before we started. I think he's gonna come like maybe Friday.
Yeah.
McCabe Harvey, he's gonna get on him. I would, but the airline lost my rigging bag. I'm not like you,
Yeah.
JB. I can't borrow somebody's gear. So
Yeah.
the
He
airline
just said.
lost my rigging bag.
Then you rewind it like 8 minutes. He got on at a bull riding school.
That's
with
what I'm
someone
saying.
else's stuff.
I just said I'm not like you. I can't ride as somebody else's bull rope.
But you're the greatest bull rider that ever walked the earth.
That's
You
what I
should
know.
Be able to.
Part
Wind
of
it back 5 minutes, and it's an individual event, Randy.
yeah.
Everyone-
I'm
You
the
need to
individual.
just sack up.
He said, "Do you?"
Weak-hearted bull rider.
I'm telling you, I'll get on them if the airline send me that rigging bag that they lost 6 years ago. Six-ish years ago. Okay, I promise you this: my rigging bag shows up before Friday, I'm getting on. Okay,
Is that soup?
I got on one
You
the
have
other
soup in
day.
your hydro flask?
I got on one the other day. I
Really?
broke down. I got tired of people talking that
No, you
ish,
don't. I hear
Yeah,
Ice
then they just
Cubes.
started talking that ish on me.
and me and it was just me and Leroy.
I didn't see nothing. As far as I'm concerned, you could have just been screaming out
Is
there.
that my fault?
It was a really good bull ride.
Is that
I'm
my
not,
fault?
I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm just speaking
Okay.
truth.
Well, I got on him. That's not my fault. Leroy was
might have
trying
rode
to
him in the
fight
shoe.
bulls.
Maybe you
All I
shoulda
know
hired
is I'm
somebody
about
else
to have to
come
go
out there and
pee.
help.
Let's go pee.
Yeah. Not let's. I'll go by myself.
Yeah, you go
It's
by
kind
yourself.
of like bull riding. It's individual kind of deal.
I just meant.
Yeah, I
well,
don't want to go.
I'm not going either.
Where are you going?
Pee.
You want to go with him?
I mean, I'll go outside. You can go to the bathroom.
All right. I'm Dale Brisby.
I'm
bull
Randy
rider of all
Cortieri.
time. We got Leroy Gibbons.
You're welcome.
Mr.
This was Dale Brisby's Rodeo Time, second greatest bull rider ever.
Whatever.
JB.
We're on to the next one. We're going to the beaches.
Did he just admit that he's the second greatest bull rider?
No, that's Dale Brisby.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Was about
Randy,
to say.
thanks for joining us.
That needs to be a
Everybody, let us know what you think about the podcast and who the next guest should be. Pow pow and on to the next one.
It's awesome that you have it in 4 separate deals where you can pull out. If I said anything in it you didn't want.